Just gonna give it a couple minutes for people to get in here. Unlike yesterday, I have cough drops this time, so hopefully I cough a little less. How are you guys doing? Honestly, I'm probably kicking my recovery in the shins by staying up till 4 AM working on thumbnails for stuff like this, but I like the thumbnails, so... Yes, it has been weeks. The cough is not leaving. It is just there. It lives here now. Legend speedrun? Oh no. This is not gonna be a speedrun. This is just... It's kind of funny, like, before I even posted any FNAF theories, I did a stream of Legends Arceus pretty soon after it came out. And then I never finished that playthrough. I'm not gonna be starting from that point here just because there's so many more, people who just would not know. So, have I gone to the doctor or anything? Nope. Like, I don't feel sick. I just have a cough. It's weird. Dry cough, yeah. Have I played this through all the way before? Yes. I originally wasn't going to do it until I was going to do it on stream, and then I got, I was told about the Ingo situation, those who know, and I got very emotionally invested. So I played the game, wrote a fanfic about, sadness, or whatever. Started writing another one, haven't finished that one yet. These streams are just, I offhandedly mention fanfics I've written, I guess. What's my favorite Pokemon game? Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky. If you guys haven't played the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, you absolutely should. I'm just gonna give it one more minute and then we will head to the game. Interested in doing Pokemon lore theories could be cool. I would be interested if I wasn't terrified that it would tank my channel's performance. Because, very, very different topic from my usual stuff, and people who like FNAF are less likely to click on Pokemon. And then YouTube would be like, oh, they don't like the content anymore, time to never show it to anyone again. Alright. Gaming, let's go. Alright. Pokemon Legends Arceus time. The one, lifetime combat game I can actually play without absolutely dying inside. Cellular, why are you up at 4:30 in the morning? If you need sleep, please sleep. Okay, welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. It is well that thou art here. I am that which humans call Arceus. Now I wish to know thine appearance. That one. What is thy name? I'm not gonna dox myself on the internet. You get my fake name. ID. Yep, that's me. ID. Soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee. A world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokemon. ID. Seek out all Pokemon, and thou shalt find me once more. It's my ID. That is correct. And legitimately, like, the name ID does come from, like, identification. So... Shout out to my, channel Avatar OC who named herself after her ID card. Arceus stole my phone. No! Oh, he's giving it back, we're good. What's my favorite Super Mario game? Mario Galaxy. He upgraded my iPhone. Woo! Have I caught Arceus before or just beaten the main story? I played it all the way through. This is also, like, the one of the only Pokemon games where I have actually, like, completed the Pokedex. The other one was, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. So, wake up! Oh, do wake up, won't you? Are you alive, my girl? Hello, sir. Laventon's great. 10 out of 10, Professor. Love that we're getting voice acting. Yeah, you get to deal with my questionable attempts at voice acting this game. You gave me quite the shock falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness you seem unharmed. Who are you? I'd like to ask you the same. I mean, you fell out of the sky, you understand? Come now, who in the world does that? I didn't mean to! It just kinda happened. I must say, your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? I doubt it. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer some directions? Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? No. Like you said, I just fell out of the sky. So you don't know anyone here, and you don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you'll be able to survive? Sure, maybe. There's, plants. I can, just try not to die eating tree leaves or something. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. You know, I should be giving him a British accent because he's from Galar, but I'm not going to because I would feel too self-conscious. Boom! Splish splash! Oh my, I'd completely forgotten. I had just caught up to these 3 runaway Pokemon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. Ah, but do you even know what a Pokemon is? I think it's really funny in Pokemon how people just assume that, like, oh yes, this person who is in this world, living here, presumably, would not know what the wildlife are. I think it's really funny. Do I know what a Pokemon is? Yes. That's why I have this game. Do you know what a bird is? Yeah, exactly like that. My, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems we have some sort of common ground, eh? Yes, well, these 3 Pokemon belong to me, mysterious creatures that they are. Oh yes, and what might your name be? Oh, so you're called ID. That name has quite the ring to it. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. Identification. Oh, but I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Laventon. I'm something of a Pokemon professor. That is to say, I'm a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon such as these 3 here, there they go. Oh, blast and bother! My darling Pokemon, why must you run from me again? I'm terribly sorry, but do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. Woo! Laventon, you know I'm something of a scientist myself. Yes, that is what he- that is sort of how he comes off there. It's kind of funny. Can we do nicknames based on FNAF characters? Absolutely, that was indeed the plan. There's a glowing, beeping object over there. Arceus, what did you do to my phone? It won't conveniently fit in my pocket anymore. Let me pick it up, please. Thank you. Okay. You found something that resembles a phone. It's probably your phone, but it's changed shape. You feel a strange power emanating from it. Being texted by God. Let's go. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this Arc phone and thy mission. Seek out all Pokemon. Alright. Let's, Man, this game is cool. Ooh. Alas, yet another miss. Aha! I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you see. I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these three first. Now that one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. Well, baby. Woo! That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it's surprised or irate. That Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott was the first Pokemon I ever picked in a mainline Pokemon game. Oshawott naps while floating on water, and it can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. Push push! Oh my, I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing, how to go about catching Pokemon. Here you are, my girl. Pokeballs. Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. But that won't do for an explanation, will it? I do apologize. Let me be more thorough. Now, I've mentioned already that Pokemon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokemon is able to shrink itself down to minuscule size, which I think is very interesting in the context of this universe. Like, how was this discovered? I don't know. And that's where Pokeballs come in. Pokeballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at a Pokemon and... why, the Pokemon will shrink down and fit inside the ball, comfy as can be. And with that, you've caught a Pokemon. I know we've just met, but I'm afraid I have no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my 3 runaways. Now, the proper technique is to take aim at the Pokemon, then let the ball fly. It's quite simple. Though far be it from me to say so, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. Relatable. If I were to try to do this in real life, I would just die instantly. Alright. Yep. Am I a Sonic fan? Not like particularly. I don't mind Sonic, but I've never been really invested. I will say, my channel OC, the very earliest version of her spawned from this dream I had when I was 5 that was somewhat based on a Sonic game. But she's a Pokemon OC, so. Oh, wonderful. You've caught a Pokemon. It seems you've quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business ID. Jolly useful skills to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. Well, that's because I am in the real world and not actually present. Therefore, I have no fear for my life because I will just live anyway. Alright, where's the little gremlins? Bap. Another child has been caught. Alright. You know, many people fear to even approach Pokemon, never mind catch them. Bravo indeed. Just one more to go. Let's wrap this up sharpest, shall we? Alright, where is it? Where are you at, buddy? Bap. Sadness. Ah, yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go. Where'd it go? Bap. Alright. There's all three. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, the 3 Pokemon you caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't yet listen to anyone. And as I mentioned, they bolted from the village almost as if they knew you'd come falling. But I must say, ID, I was taken aback by how well you use Pokeballs. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here? I have played this game before. One can't help but think there's a reason you appeared here and now. I was, quite literally sent by God. Seek out all Pokemon. That object is an Arc phone, you say? What an odd device. Could it be guiding you somehow? If you indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. You see, I have a dream, to compile this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such a catalog a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research, containing detailed records of all the Pokemon found in a region. Please stop spamming which Pokemon you want me to pick. I already know which one I want to pick. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must, of course, catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skill of using them. Enter you, a person with a clear talent for catching Pokemon. Your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, and mine is to have all those Pokemon caught. A situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? Come now, what do you say? Shall we help one another out, my girl? I have nothing better to do, sounds good. Then whoever and from wherever you may be, I welcome you with open arms. We have a Pokédex to complete. Father figure unlocked, let's go. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Then we'll sort out your lodgings and find you some proper clothes and a meal and all that. Follow me then, onward to Jubilife Village. Ominous rift above the mountain. What's my favorite Pokemon type? Psychic. Thank you for your tireless work in keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young lady was of great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing her into the village for a bit. Those are some big sideburns that dude has. I'm giggling to myself over, like, the expression on the protagonist character's face looking around, because, like, this is a nice little village, but I like to imagine she's realizing, oh no, there's no internet. How am I going to live? This way, if you please. Jubilife Village. It's come a long way thanks to the fine people of the Galaxy Expedition team. This road we're on now is known to the locals as Canala Avenue. The village was built scarcely 2 years ago. There's much to do and not many to do it. Everyone's, like, judging my clothes. That's not very nice of them. And since we know so little of the local Pokemon, something village. Now that impressive building up ahead of us is Galaxy Hall, headquarters for this entire outfit. Oh, botheration. I almost forgotten. I need to go and report that we successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. Might I ask you to wait for me at the canteen? It's just past this bridge here, then to the left. It's the Wallflower, it's called. Your Arc phone is beeping. Somehow, it seems to show you where you need to go next. Arceus knows about my garbage sense of direction the people who were at yesterday's stream got to experience. Hello, sir. This guy's a bit of a jerk. Well now, aren't you awfully suspicious? I could say the same about you. You are insulted. A child walks up to you and you're like, aren't you suspicious? The wallflowers for Galaxy Team only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Xenophobic much? Who in the world are you? And what's that bizarre garb you're wearing? Hey, I'll have you know, I like my t-shirts. A Pokemon could slice right through those flimsy excuses for clothes. For you to get in here, someone must have vouched for you. Yep. Was it Professor Laventon? Do you two know each other? He's from a region a long way off. Not the most reliable sort, though, letting Pokemon run off and give him the slip and all. 3 more of them got away just a while ago. If I hadn't been resting up after some Pokemon drubbed me with a move called Thundershock, I'd have corralled them for sure. But the professor, well... Unfortunately, it's just as Ray says. I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. Ah! But everything will be all right now. ID here has agreed to help us with our Pokédex. As in, she's going to join the Survey Corps? What makes you think that's a good idea? We can't just take in any misfit who wanders in. Who wanders out of the wilderness. I'll allow it. Ah! Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I am the captain of the Galaxy Team Survey Corps. You may call me Silene. Professor Laventon has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control. And now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't... here's where I would like to note the child labor laws. Now, the Sinnoh region is based on Japan. And I bet they didn't have the child labor laws at the time. But, according to Google, 15 is old enough to work, but not during school hours or at nights. So many laws, so child labor laws will be broken in this game. Can't let anyone in who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Among us. Indeed. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. Oh ho, a most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite all right. I prefer to eat alone so that I might appreciate my meals without distraction. Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal with and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi, if you please, but make it for 3 today. Suspicious? Among us? It's all coming together. Yes, you are so right. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never failed to please. Mochi is giving me flashbacks to Scarlet and Violet DLC. Where did you find this stranger in the first place, Professor? Ah, well, you know that great hole in the sky, the one people call the space-time rift? Our new friend fell right out of it. Was that a joke? Come now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. Now, you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. Sure, they're all over the place, in the grass, the forests, the ocean. It's up to us in the Survey Corps to study them and figure out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. It's all but impossible to know what sorts of powers they might possess or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. But that's where ID will come in. She successfully caught 3 Pokemon. 3 of them in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. That's really something. We count ourselves lucky when we manage to catch a single wild Pokemon when fending off their attacks. Just you wait until I'm out there chucking Pokeballs at everything that moves. Ah, well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well, and it seems our new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. The slow progress on that Pokedex of yours clearly has her on edge. Rest in peace, Eileen, she's stress eating. I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now, have your fill, ID. And think, if you make it into the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. They don't necessarily fend for the emotional ones, though, because Kamado's going to be kind of rude on that front. Anyway, spoilers. The whole team actually lost to a 15-year-old. Real. That was quite delicious. Quite delicious indeed. You're awfully relaxed about all this. You do know that we won't get to have ID join the Survey Corps unless she passes a trial. Not to worry, I have complete confidence in ID skills. Let's hope it's not misplaced. ID, was it? For tonight, at least, we will provide you with a place to sleep. You may use our quarters there. Here, whatever. But if you fail to pass the trial, we put you... If you fail to pass the trial, we put you... That phrasing feels really weird. Something trial, you must move on. You'll be expelled from the village to meet your fate and perhaps your death in the wilds. It's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna... If you don't pass the trial, you're gonna die. Have fun. Captain Eileen's like Hisui in a way. They're both plenty harsh. Now, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing one can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had enough falling for one day. And with that, I bid you both a good night. Yep, sleep tight. Still, people falling from the sky? That's some kind of story. All right. To bed we go. I think it's really funny how, like, I take a step onto this and the shoes just phase from my feet. Where do they go? I don't know. Saving is important. Alright. I'm gonna have to readjust to the mechanics of this game. I had played Legends Arceus so much that when I did eventually play, like, any other Pokemon game, the controls were different and it threw me off. Whoa. Spooky. The next day. I'm sure nothing bad happened overnight. Hey in there, you awake? That was some wild lightning last night, right? Anyway, if you're up, come on out. And off we go. Did you sleep all right? I know that's not easy in a strange new land. We better not keep Captain Eileen waiting. Let's hurry to headquarters. Am I taller than him? Am I actually taller than someone for once in my life? And off we go. Here we are, Galaxy Hall. What do you think? Ever seen a building this grand before? Don't give up! Keep those eyes open! The wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. Outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield, but the medical corps will put you to rights. You, do realize that if you fail your trial and get flung out of the village, you could well die. You could well die out there. Well, you might die even sooner than that if you have to take on this trial without a Pokemon to be your partner. I like the song in this building. Captain Silene, ma'am, I brought ID. You may enter. Let us get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon: Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. 3 species right away? But none of us have ever managed that. Did this stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for her, if the professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause. I will lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. Ray saying I brought ID is so funny. Now that you put it like that, that is really funny. That whatever it is you're wearing doesn't suit our satchels in the least. It's a t-shirt! Ray. I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry. Entry trial. Alright. Pardon, ID, come with me for a moment. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. What did you need, Professor? In order to complete our Pokedex, and, well, simply survive in this unforgiving land, ID absolutely must pass this trial. And as a professor of Pokemon, I've got the ticket to help accomplish that. The squad, let's go. The babies, look at them. Like, I think it's neat that, like, in each of their regions, I did pick them as my starter. Go on, ID, pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see they're rather curious about you. Well, my girl, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? Alright. So I have played this game before, and in those playthroughs, I have picked Cyndaquil and Oshawott respectively. So this time, I'm gonna go with Rowlet. Do you want Rowlet as your first partner? Yes. The baby! Look at him! Or her! I don't know yet. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Prelude Beach for me will now be yours to keep. Good show. I've tucked Rowlet back inside his Pokeball for you, so take it. It's yours. The baby has been obtained. A word of advice, my girl. Pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty, and which ones contain a Pokemon when you're out in the field. Boom! Flash! Look at those two cheer on their pal Rowlet. Or maybe they just want to help ID with her trial. That could be. They did go dashing from the village when ID fell out of the sky, after all. Well, not to worry, you two. I'll have you assist me with my research for now. By the by, what species has Captain Silene charged you with catching? Well, that's smashing. All 3 of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during your trial, then. You've obtained 20 Pokeballs. These Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work a treat, as you've already seen. You'll have this trial cleared in no time. Let's be off! I'll show you the way to Obsidian Fieldlands. Meet me at the gate to your left as you leave headquarters. All right. There it is. But now, what do we want to name our Rowlet? What do you guys think, chat? I'm thinking of going with all FNAF-themed nicknames to at least tie this somewhat back to the usual topic of my channel. Gregory? Oh, that's a fun one. I do like Gregory, just because little gremlin child. I think I'm gonna go Gregory. Looks cute, but will wreck your face. I hope I spelled that right. Yes, okay. Alright. We now have Gregory. And off we go. Oh, what a curious getup you have there. I can already tell you're quite the character. I am Volo of the Ginkgo Guild, the go-to choice for any of your mercantile needs here in Hisui. I've heard talk about you. Fell from the sky, didn't you? Now that's certainly a tale I'd like to hear. Oh, and the phrasing in this game, you have a Pokemon! You're certainly full of interesting surprises. Investigating the odd and novel is key to any good merchant's success, so what do you say? How about you and I see how our Pokemon stand up to one another in battle? Sounds good! I like you better and better. What a delightful find! I've also heard about this trial you're to attempt. Let's have a quick battle to get your blood pumping before you head out. Though I hope you know you'll lose if your Pokemon's HP reaches 0. Oh yeah. The babies are gonna be duking it out. Woo! Gust. Oh, crit. That's nice. I miss running around during fights for Scarlet and Violet. Well, I just have Violet, but like I miss being able to run around in the fights. Gregory has leveled up. Let's go. It's always good fun to have your Pokemon do battle, don't you think? As they gain experience through battle, they'll learn more moves and grow even stronger. Oh yeah. But so few people here have their own Pokemon. If only more knew how to use Pokeballs. At any rate, let me help our 2 battlers recover from their little exercise. And to you, my Skyfallen friend, I present some potions and thanks. Alright. Man, they really downgraded potions as time went on. SMH. You can use them on your Pokemon whenever they might be worn out from battle. I'll be hoping that you're successful on that trial of yours. More Galaxy team members means more customers for yours truly, after all. Gotta get that customer base built up. If you can battle that well, I've got a feeling you may have your trial well in hand, even if it's more to do with catching than battling. Now, to the Obsidian Fieldlands. Whenever you leave Jubilife Village, you have to pick a destination from your map and let Rest and the guardsmen know where you're off to. That way someone can come collect you if things go wrong. Hey, I hope you make it through this. Alright. Let's go. Please come back alive. I intend to. Don't worry. This is a lot of pressure for a 15-year-old if you think about it. Yeah. It's like, we haven't done this before. Let's make this child do it in order to see if they're allowed to live. This is our base camp. It's where we start and finish our surveys. Now, remember what you've got to do. You've been tasked with catching 3 species of Pokemon: Bidoof, Starly, Shinx. I'm curious to see if the professor's story about you is really true. Oh, Professor, is something wrong? Ah, well, you see, Captain Silene got a hold of me after you left. She impressed upon me that I bear full responsibility for whatever happens to our sudden guest. She doesn't let up. How exactly are you supposed to help out here, Professor? The sass. To be honest, my dear boy, I don't intend to lift a finger. ID's talents are the real deal. She'll pass with flying colors, you'll see. So, in other words, I'm still the one bearing the responsibility here, not my ideal state of affairs. Rest in peace, Ray. He's doing his best. Let's just get started. You'll be more than equal to this, ID. All right. This is Aspiration Hill. Man. Like, I know some people don't like the graphics of this game, but I think it's cool. I like it. Look, a Bidoof. We're finding a Pokemon you need already. You may be some sort of prodigy, but just in case, here's what Captain Silene taught me. Bidoof is a mellow Pokemon, which means it doesn't tend to run away when you approach. Aim carefully, let your Pokeball fly, and you ought to be alright. Alright, where it go? There it is. I miss being able to lunge. Bap. Alright. There we go! 1 down, 2 to go. If you get the Teddy Ursa line, it should be nicknamed Freddy Fazbear. Absolutely. 1 Bidoof caught. Now, onward we march. There it is. Now, Starly here is the type to run at the drop of a hat. But not to worry, crouch in the grass and it won't spot you. That's how you can get close. Press the B button to crouch. Yes, I know. Tap. And got it. Presumably. Yeah, okay, we're good. And that Starly caught too. I admit, I'm impressed so far. And 1 to go. Hang on, we're just gonna yeet. Woo! Oh, well, I just did it. It's like, oh, you can knock stuff off of trees. I already did. Alright. Catching the Shinx. Let's go. There it is. Shinx. Dun dun dun. Spooky little cat thing. Shinx has an aggressive disposition. Did you know that already? Yup. That figures. Me, I have to focus on a Pokemon carefully to notice the thing like that. Once aggressive Pokemon get wound up, they'll knock away any Pokeballs you throw. But not to worry, I'll teach you the trick to catching them. You draw them into battle. Once it's caught up in the heat of battle, you can throw a Pokeball to try and catch it. You've got a few Pokemon of your own to use now, right? Don't you? Take one of their Pokeballs and throw it at a wild Pokemon you want to battle. You use what you learned in your battle with Volo. Get out there and make your last catch. Alright. Okay. And now we do a little bit of yeet. I don't want to kill it, so we're gonna go Gust. Okay. That didn't do a ton, so hang on, let's see. 40, 40. Okay, yeah, we can do a Leafage. All right. Ah, yes, the battle style. Items. You know, I didn't have to do this, but we're gonna do it anyway like this. Okay. Have I played Power World? Nope, and I do not really plan to. Trial complete. Let's go. When do I plan to play a more traditional FNAF game? If the makeshift plushie linked in the pinned chat comment gets to 400 sold, then I will stream me playing Security Breach. Other than that, chances are low given jump scares. Wait, did you really? You really did it! That's 3 species of Pokemon caught. You really are some kind of prodigy. And all in the span of like 5 minutes. You must have given Professor Laventon the shock of his life. First you fall from the sky, then you go catch all of our escaped Pokemon one after another. I honestly didn't believe the professor's story until I saw you in action for myself. And here you are with 3 Pokemon caught. You've completed your trial. Yep. Oh, I said you'd pass the trial with flying colors, and it seems you went and did just that. Congratulations, ID. You've taken your first step towards seeking out every Pokemon. This calls for a commemorative photograph. Cheese. I've got to admit, it's true. You've got real talent for this. Now then, we best report to Captain Silene. Time to head back to Jubilife Village, eh? Alright. Now that I will not be thrown to the wilds, eventually you should be able to have Pokemon you've caught go live in the village pastures. The most Pokemon a person can have with them out exploring is 6, apparently. Not that we have anyone who can manage that. Based on Ray saying, oh yeah, the most you can have out is 6, apparently. Was there someone who tried having 6 Pokemon with them and it just like spontaneously disappeared from their inventory? Like with Ash in the anime, that happens. But like I thought that was like a mechanical thing of the Pokeballs in that time. This is the past where Pokeballs are handmade. How does that work? Come now, you two. Let's not dilly-dally. Captain Silene awaits our report at headquarters. Can't wait to see the captain's reaction. All right. Now, I'm not planning on naming every Pokemon that I get, just because that would be a lot of Pokemon to name, given this game involves a lot of catching Pokemon. But, just primarily the main ones we end up having on the team. For, like, extended durations. It seems we won't have to leave you to die after all. Man, I love this game. Congratulations. You passed your trial. You can hold on to that satchel. I must admit, you've impressed me. I set a high hurdle to judge whether a stranger like yourself could be worthy, but you cleared it. This is yours, the official uniform of the Survey Corps. Thank you, ma'am. Get changed in the room you used last night. Then you're to report at once to the 3rd floor. Present yourself in uniform to our commander. This is your first official order from your captain. Alright, out this way. Alright. So, I'm trying to think of things to talk about, but like every time we're out of dialogue, I forget everything I want to talk about. Which is absolutely wonderful for streaming. There's some... I was not meaning to talk to that. Okay, mirror. Okay. Do you want to change your outfit? I am legally required to, apparently, by my job now. Clothes. Alright. Alright, and I think that's everything? Finish changing, yes. I am now in the clothes, but not the cool hat yet. Look at you in the Survey Corps uniform. Now it finally feels like you're one of us. But I do wonder when the captain decided to go ahead and get a uniform ready for you. I see you've changed. Regarding your accommodations, you may continue to use the room you slept in last night. You may wear this as well. Heck yeah! The ensemble is complete. Now present yourselves to the commander. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah. And now to deal with the guy who throws you across the room the first time you meet him. Let's go. Alright, sir, let's get this over with. I have been waiting for you. I am Kamado, commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. So you are ID. That's me. I've been briefed on your situation, including how you fell from the rift in the sky. Now then, let's see what you're made of. Face me in combat. I am a child, sir. Yeet. Try to throw him. Ha! I have been yeeted. There I go. You got some fight in you. Your sumo needs work, but I do see some potential. Don't expect a warm welcome from everyone. Naturally, some will be slow to trust an outsider who literally fell right out of the blue. He says, being one of those people who will refuse to trust the outsider. The superstitious among us might see your arrival as a portent of disaster. Projection much. But you passed the trial that was put to you. No matter how odd you may seem, you're a part of Jubilife Village now. Dedicate yourself to the work of the Galaxy Expedition Team and complete the Pokédex. But I warn you, ID, Pokemon are terrifying creatures. Keep your wits about you as you work. Among Us. Entry trial complete. So, the commander has also accepted you. Tentatively, yes. But understand this, you begin as a no-star recruit among our ranks. In other words, you have no rank at all. Perform well as a member of the Survey Corps and you will move up through the ranks. Indeed, you see, the more you add to your Pokédex, the higher rank you will become, and working on the Pokédex will also, of course, bring you closer to that goal of yours. To seek out every last Pokémon. Here, you will need this. You obtained a rook recipe for... I can talk, yes. I talk for a living. Woohoo. Okay. And $300 as well. You'll need it to buy materials. Money! At least I'm getting paid. Ray, you are an expert at crafting yourself. Teach our new recruit what she needs to know. Yes, ma'am, Captain. Get ready for a lesson in crafting. Making items from scratch. Some things you can buy at the general store, but it's going to be self-sufficient. This way, we can even catch Pokemon with Pokeballs we've crafted ourselves. Well, listen to me, Prattlon. Let's go to the craftwork so you can try it yourself. Alrighty. Just joined what's happening. I have joined the Survey Corps after they threatened to leave me in the wilds to die if I didn't pass their trial. So now people are being somewhat nicer to me, and I am going to, I've been given clothes, and I'm going to learn how to make Pokeballs. Hey, this way to the craft works. All right. This here's the craftworks, and that there is the workbench. It's where you craft things. Really now? It's pretty self-explanatory, right? At least it recognizes it. Alright. When you step up to the workbench, I'll supply you materials to make some Pokeballs. Call it a present to celebrate passing your trial. And as for the money the captain gave you, feel free to spend that however you like. Any recipes you get should tell you what materials you need to complete them. At the workbench, just choose what you need to make and get crafting. Alright, let's do this. I would like as many of these as possible. Excellent. Crafting success. Oh, now that's some fine craftsmanship. Hard to believe this was your first time stepping up to the workbench, my girl. Technically, it wasn't, but we'll go with that. You recall, of course, that Pokemon possess the odd power to shrink themselves down. With the Pokeballs we craft, we can make use of that power to catch them. Also that more Pokemon species can be duly recorded in a Pokedex. And on that note, here you are. I have received the thing. And I've gotten another cough drop. Let's see how this goes. All right. Ah, okay, I forgot that I have to talk to people to get this stuff. Okay. I prepared this volume just for you. I hope it aids you well in your aim to seek out all the Pokemon there are in this grand region. It'll take plenty of research tasks to help the professor complete the Pokédex. I've got to get going on those myself. I'd be all too happy to explain more about the research tasks I could use your assistance with. Come join me at the Fieldlands camp whenever you're ready, my good ID. My name also being an object makes some sentences really funny. Would I rather have pizza without cheese or pizza without sauce? Without sauce. I really like cheese a lot. Hey, excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear. If you're going to the Fieldlands camp, would you mind taking care of a request for me? I'm standing guard, so I can't leave my post. But I'll be here at headquarters if you want to talk about it. He's like, I can't walk the 20 feet to where you're standing, nor can I yell it to you from where I'm already talking to you. But alright, let's do this. Hey, so there's this Pokemon called Wurmple. Have you heard of it? Yup. Well, you see, I was having a chat with Professor Laventon, and he told me that after a Pokemon gains a certain amount of experience through battling and the like, it will sometimes change its appearance and become stronger. He said it was a phenomenon called evolution. Indeed. That's a thing they do. And so I decided I want to raise a Wurmple myself and have it evolve. You're part of the Survey Corps, aren't you? If you catch a Wurmple, could you let me have it? There will be a reward in it for you, I promise. Just give me a Wurmple if you can. Alright. So now, the village has me doing their busy work. Woo! And this dude wants a Shinx, right? Yeah. Can't remember what it looks like. I can absolutely... I have a Shinx with me, don't I? This is a pretty easy request to fulfill, given... There it is. Alright, sir, here's the Shinx you requested. Alright, let's have a peek at those round ears. Whoa! That's it! Kinda like a star. Can't tell you what a relief this is. Felt like I had a bone stuck in my throat, only the throat's my brain and the bone's a thought. Thanks for helping me get that bone out. Yeah, that's sort of how my brain works sometimes too, both in the functionality and the phrasing. Wait, there was another person. Despite the fact that I am being used to do things that people should be able to do on their own, I'm willing to do it, I guess. And she wants a Starly. Okay, but only once the entry's completed. I can do that. Alright. What do I like more so far, FNAF World or Pokemon? I have been a Pokemon fan since I was 9 years old, so I am very emotionally attached to Pokemon. The question is not super fair. FNAF World was fun, though. What's my favorite food? Sandwiches. I like sandwiches a lot. All right. Fieldwork time. Righto, let's get to it then, shall we? In order to complete this Pokédex of ours, there are a great many research tasks I'll need your help to carry out, my girl. The details of these tasks can be found in the Pokédex for you to reference anytime. You must catch and battle diverse Pokemon species and carry out plenty of research tasks. Do so, and you'll gain research points and other rewards for your work. Now, there's one more nugget of wisdom I've got to share, ID. Wild Pokemon may attack you at any time. When they do, dodge like your life depends on it. Because it does. Dodge? Look, just watch me, would you? Then you'll be able to copy what I do. Here I go! See? That's how you dodge. A timely dodge will keep you from getting hurt by the fierce attacks of wild Pokemon. And that's a key if you'd rather not end up blacked out in some field like I did. See, if you ended up blacked out in a field, how useful are your tips really? If you clearly could not get blacked out. Might have been done for if the Security Corps hadn't come and saved me. But hey, no need to worry. You've got me here to give you tips. I'll teach you plenty. Have I taken the honey water yet? Nope. I haven't really had time to, like, fix my honey. It's kind of stuck in the bottle. Alright, get ready for some Survey Core Wisdom. Focus on, thing. Okay. Oh, okay. Bidoof. Did you see that your research tasks for Bidoof include one about how many you've caught? That's right. Catching one won't do it. You've got to get 2, then 4, then more and more. Gotta get all the Bidoof. And when it's time to battle a Pokemon, remember the captain's switching wisdom. If you have items out, press X to ready your Pokemon. Give it a try now if you want. I'll go on ahead. Alright. Bap. Might as well just catch some while we're on the go. Hello. I know I'm laying it on thick, but don't forget to open Pokédex. Yeah. Try checking tasks for Starly next. Okie dokie. One of your tasks is to catch Starly without being spotted, right? You can get that done if you hide in some tall grass to catch him. Give it a try. I'll go wait for you up ahead. Come catch up once you finish some tasks. If Bidoof was a food, would it taste good or no? I would presume it would taste fine. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't know. Where's Starly? Okay, let me check Pokédex. Great, okay. Bap. Would Starly taste good? I imagine it tastes like other bird. Alright, I'm not gonna bother with that one. It's kind of hopping around. Alright. What's the tasks for this guy? Seen use quick attack. Different forms obtained. What's my favorite Pokemon? I like Gardevoir. Which ties into my favorite video game being Mystery Dungeon, because my first Pokemon game was actually it was, what's it called? Pokemon Red Rescue Team. So, and in that, Gardevoir's a pretty major Pokemon to the story. And I just got very emotionally attached after that. Alright. And dead. Okay. Cherry berry. And I'm not allowed to go that direction. But apparently I'm supposed to go over here. Oops. Okay. But yeah, like, if you guys have, like... Why are there so many questions about Pokemon taste? I'm not completely sure what that's about here. Okay, around here you can find a Pokemon called Weasel. It's got an aggressive disposition. That means it'll try to hit you with its moves, just like Shinx, and you'll need to battle it to catch it. If you take too much danger within a short time, you'll be in danger of blacking out. Damage goes away over time, but you won't begin to recover if you're still being targeted by a wild Pokemon. And speaking of which, your research tasks for Weasel include seeing it use a certain move. You've got to see that move in battle for it to count towards that task, so battling is extra key here. I'm going on ahead. Come catch up once you've checked off some of Weasel's tasks. Alright. Okay. Let's just, yeet. Left for 1 second and I see people asking what Pokemon would taste the best. Yep, that has happened here. Alright. But yeah. So, how many of you have played Legends Arceus, just out of curiosity? I'm trying to find topics of conversation. I'm not used to streaming, so... Let's battle a Weasel. Not a Weasel. That's a Bidoof. I can tuck it. Played every Pokemon except Arceus. Fair enough, I guess. I do recommend it. It's a good game. Oh, there it goes. Alright. Stuff for crafting. Let's go. We're going to get Gregory all the levels, get all the stuff. He's going to become the most powerful boy. Bam. Alright. Ah, right. 2 Pokemon at once. I can totally do this. Okay. We'll Leafage. And that's not very nice. Oh, great, we're gonna get attacked twice, aren't we? Okay, we're not. Okay, we're going to... No, I want to catch. I would like to throw a Pokeball. Okay. Do I plan to name a Pokemon Phone Guy? Potentially. If we get one that feels like it should be named Phone Guy. That's lovely. Joy. Well, Gregory is going to die. Okay, he's not gonna die if we... Okay, he is going to die. Duh. Man. The boy. He has been defeated. Alright. Let's go... You know, I should have just gone with the Shinx. Too late now. Alright. Arc Phone Guy? Yes. That sounds about right. Let's quick attack this thing. Just... Oh, it avoided? That's not very nice of it. Well, this is going great. Here's where we do a little thing called I am going to... We're gonna send out a Bidoof, and I'm going to run in the opposite direction. This is one of my favorite methods of escaping combat, is just booking it. Strayed too far from the battle? You bet I did. Off we go. Battle has been strayed from. I did not mean to use a Pokeball there. Bap. Okay. Ah, there's a Wurmple. Alright, let's see if we can complete this task. Heck yeah. Wurmple achieved. Let's go. Alright, Ray. What's up? You're doing pretty well for a mystery stranger from the sky. Here, a little reward for keeping up with me. Your own crafting kit. Alright. And here's a recipe for potions, too. So that I can die less in the field. Let's go. With the crafting kit, you can craft items anywhere using whatever materials are in your satchel. So long as you've got an apricorn and a tumblestone, you can make a Pokeball anytime. Or with an Oranberry and medicinal leek, you can whip up a potion, so heal up your Pokemon whenever they need healing. Yes, sir. What would a potato taste like? A potato, presumably. Research going alright? You can see if you've got tasks ready to turn in on the Pokédex's cover. It appears I do. Alright. Once you've got some tasks good and done, go check in with Professor Laventon. See you soon. Alright. Now let's see what kind of stuff we can get up to here. I should probably go heal, though. What with, like, half my team being dead, so... Fast travel, my beloved. Alright. Okay. What star rank am I? Right now, no star. This is the first time they're, like, leaving me to my own devices in the Fieldlands. Did the trial recently, though, so that's nice. Now I can yeet myself down the hill. Woo! Just an apricorn lying on the ground. We're gonna catch another Bidoof. Because why not? Let's see. And there's that one lady in town who needs the Pokédex entry for Starly completed. So let's see if I can... Bap! I'm gonna level up Gregory. Let's see. I'm not sure how much area I can explore just yet, because I can't go past that bridge until I'm 1 star at least. But... let's see if I can get some stuff at least. Oh, and it did not stay in the ball. That's unfortunate. Alright. Well, we can catch some of the things around here. And here's where I make good on my promise of throwing Pokeballs at everything that moves. Whoop. Alright. I'm just gonna, like, keep going in one direction as much as possible and just catch all the things. Okay. I'm trying to think of words to say, but the words are not happening. which is making this much more difficult than it probably should be. Okay. How many have all of you guys in chat checked out my most recent video on the whole mimic trap situation? I'm interested to hear what you guys think about it. Because I'm pretty happy with it. But I don't know if everyone's seen it. The YouTube algorithm's been a little bit funky lately, it seems. It's not showing videos to as many people. You can go pretty far in that direction, but there's a Snorlax that will attack if it sees you. Alright. Yeah, we'll do a battle. Whoa. Okay. Okay, glad to hear people liked it. My voice cracked really weirdly right there. Blah. Thank you, SCP Cito, for the $20. I think it makes sense, but what would Glitch Trap taste like? My assumption would be some sort of staticky electricity, given it's a computer-related thing. That, or it would taste like circuit boards, because it came from circuit boards. Yep. And... yeah, I can paint the Shinx. Prefer the interpretation that Glitch Trap is still a different iteration of the Mimic program, and that Glitch Trap and the Mimic are both running around doing their own crazy evil stuff. Yeah, I get that, but it feels weird to just be like, okay, we have the Mimic, and then we also have a Mimic, but it's a different one, but it's still the Mimic. Like, FNAF lore is convoluted, but that feels more unnecessarily convoluted, in my opinion. But yeah, it's fine if you like that interpretation. It's too bad Ditto doesn't exist in this game, otherwise I should name one the Mimic. That'd be really funny. Let's swap. Yeah, I think it's really interesting with Five Nights at Freddy's theorizing how different... This is like a sort of tangent, but I think it's really interesting in the Five Nights at Freddy's community how different platforms seem to have such different ideas about theorizing. Because in my video, I showed a poll of... Like, I showed 3 separate polls I did on Tumblr, Twitter, or X or whatever, and YouTube of different... Of like, asking the question, is William alive, and if so, how is he alive? Thank you, Milan, for the 222 of the currency. I don't know how much. I don't know what currency that is, sorry. Wanted to buy your plushie, but unfortunately my address will be changing in the near future, so I decided to support you at least this way. Good luck with Pokemon and the lore. Thank you, I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, so I think it's really interesting because, like, the results on each platform for the poll of is William still around were, like, wildly different. Twitter was very firmly in the he's just gone camp. YouTube and Tumblr were less so on that, but we're still like different from each other in like the way it proportioned out, and I thought that was super interesting. Swap Pokemon. Roughly $10. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to catch this. Gonna catch this Shinx. Let's go. Think William dies and help wanted to? I think it would make sense if that was like the Glitch Trap program of William's influence getting destroyed, but I don't think it makes as much sense if that would like kill William overall, unless being yoinked into the blob killed him. But I do think that like I think he always comes back and all that. At the moment, anyway. He's gotta live up to the catchphrase, right? Oh. Hello, sir. I'm just gonna go this other direction. Thanks, bye! I like being able to run from combat. It's very nice, and I like it. Alright, I think that's enough task doing for now. Hello, sir. Oh, isn't it a if it isn't a crafting kit, you must have listened attentively to Ray's teachings. Excellent work, dear girl. This seems a good time to explain to you about survey reports and the rewards they offer. Money! Let's go. Capitalism. On that note, let me check the research tasks you've completed so far. I got some Pokemons. Let's go. Money! And hopefully that ranks me up and stuff happens. I see. Most illuminating. I'll update our Pokedex with this new data. Alright. Species newly registered, 5. Watch stream or go to class in the most of a flood. Is it safe for you to go to class if it's flooding? I'm not sure that's safe. You've made good progress on these research tasks, ID. I do believe you're ready to move up. Move up the ranks. Let's head back to the village and report the good news to Captain Silene. It's time you earned yourself a star. Heck yeah. Maybe it's a swim class? I still wouldn't recommend doing that in a flood. That seems even more potentially dangerous. Alright. Have a math quiz. That is unfortunate. If you have like a test you need to take, that is, I can understand the importance there. Alright, Silene, I've got a Pokedex to show you. You've made progress. It seems you've earned yourself a star. Heck yes. I am 10 out of 10 employee. Employee of the month, right here. Heck yeah. I can now use heavy balls. Have these as well. They are further recipes you'll need for crafting. Heck yeah. You obtained a recipe for crafting revives. That's going to be very nice. I'm going to try and make so many of those. That a stranger like you should fall from the sky yet flourish among us like... Among us. Man, the translation team on this game really liked the phrase among us. Is a testament to your native talent and hard work. Most people prefer it when things are simple enough to be judged on face value alone. Improving your worth by moving up through our ranks is something anyone can understand. Keep at it, and even if you did fall from the sky, people may be more willing to accept you. Working your way through the ranks will also be a help here if you wish to make a life for yourself here. Am I in college? Yes, I am in college. I, in fact, have a class in about an hour and a half, so... A higher rank will grant you access to more types of Pokeballs and greater rewards. Alright. For today, at least, you've earned yourself a meal at the Wallflower and a good night's rest. Would be pretty awesome if Scott made another FNAF role-playing game, but it's just Gregory summoning Glamrock Freddy as a JoJo stand. That would be rather amusing. So, ID, my girl. I believe a jolly good congratulations is in order. Well done on earning your first star rank. Our usual order of potato mochi tastes even better when there's something to celebrate. By the way, have you taken on that request Beauregard had? I haven't talked to him though. Well, most people here don't know much about Pokemon, you noticed, right? So it's our job as the Survey Corps to take care of any issues that crop up because of that. We're basically Pokemon problem solvers. Indeed so. Some people will ask you for help when you talk with them, while other requests will need to be claimed from the blackboard I keep in my lab. Speaking of which, weren't you approached with a request recently, Ray? What is it all about? That one might be a better fit for ID than me. I don't think I'll be able to pull it off unless I get better at Pokemon battling first. Ah, yes, that request came from May of the Diamond Clan, if I recall correctly. The people of the Diamond Clan have lived here in Hisui since before the Galaxy team arrived. If we could establish good relations, I'm sure there's much we might learn from them, including more about the local Pokemon. But we can discuss all that tomorrow. For now, we should eat up and get some rest. I'd comment on how they have potato mochi every night for dinner, except I do very similar in eating the same thing every night for dinner. And breakfast and lunch. Not the same meal, like, for all meals of the day, but, like, I don't have much variety in my diet. The next day. Child labor laws? Hisui doesn't have those. They don't have laws at all, really. That would require them to have an established civilization for a long enough time to set up rules. That's fair. But they're also, like, having the law of you need to work, otherwise we're throwing you into the wilds. Hey, ID, before I go meet May about that request, mind showing me how you do in battle? Sure. I don't have much to do. Great, I'll be at the training grounds. If you've been catching lots of Pokemon, you can change up your team at the pastures, just so you know. Alright. The best FNAF game idea would be probably something building more on sister location. It seemed like such an unfinished part when it occurred. Circus Baby's Pizzeria, what it looks like in light. Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if we got more sister location related things in FNAF, especially with like the highlighting of it in Help Wanted 2. Like, you go down the sister location elevator to get to Vanny. That was really interesting. Thanks for taking a minute for me. I know your plate's full right now. I'm going to be straightforward with you about something. And that is, I don't understand how anyone can handle taking on Pokemon in battle. I know I'm a Survey Corps member, and I've even got my own partner, but I just can't do it. Your partner? That's right. Take a look at my very own partner. Pika. This is my Pikachu. During that Shinx attack, I should have had Pikachu fight at my side, but my mind just went blank. And really, when you get right down to it, Pokemon are terrifying, right? Why should this thing be able to fire electricity? That's the question we all ask, but you just gotta stop questioning. You just gotta do it. Vega? But watching you at work, completing those research tasks convinced me. If I want to do my Survey Corps work well, my partner and I have got to be a team. And our first step toward being a real team is to battle your team. Alright. So glad it doesn't have the anime cry anymore. Yeah, I didn't mind it too much, but it did feel a little bit off compared to every other Pokemon except for Eevee not having that. Alrighty. Yes. Let's see. We'll quick attack, I guess. Might as well. Dang, that did some good damage. Alright, quick attack again. True, but it's less civilization having laws and more just a group of people struggling to all contribute to make themselves as safe as possible, as quick as possible. More temporal than law. Fair, fair. Yeah. Let's go with Bidoof. I will say a missed opportunity for this game was not having any aura people or psychics. Yeah, I think that's something really cool that I feel like the game should expand more on is like they have psychics and people with aura, but like then they don't do a ton with it in the games. And I think it'd be really cool if the games expanded on that a bit more. Paralysis. Love it. Swap into a new Bidoof, I guess. Alright. Let's see. The paralysis is mildly annoying. Am I going to be able to move at all? Thank you, okay. Like, I would like to fight, thanks. Alright. I mean, He did kill one of my Pokemon, so technically, he should have won that fight. But he didn't. So. Move mastered. Ah, right, Storms. And yeah, okay. Though you fight alongside your Pokemon, you don't seem one bit scared of battling. Well, I get the feeling you're not going to try to kill me in a battle, so. We'll just have to catch up as best we can, right, Pikachu? Heh. Pika. Ah, fair enough. Pikachu's got a bit of a tendency to attack, you see? That's why he normally stays in his ball. I guess the first step for Pikachu and me might be getting a little friendlier with one another. Oh, by the way, the professor said Pokemon have these things called types, which apparently make a big difference in how battles go. Pikachu here seems to be an electric type, for example. I am aware. It's showing me the type chart. I literally have one on my wall. So you're the one, the new recruit everyone's talking about. Zissou! The name's Zissou, captain of the security corps. I see you've got some fight in you. I figured I'd stop by and give what advice I could. Captain Zissou's a master of an ancient martial art where you guide Pokemon in battle. Now listen, if your Pokemon's truly mastered its moves, it can actually use them in different styles. On the one hand, you can choose to deliver a move in the strong style. The move will deal more damage, but afterward it'll take longer for your Pokemon to act. On the other hand, you can choose to unleash a move in the agile style. Such a move will have less power behind it, but your Pokemon can act more quickly afterwards. I think this is a really cool mechanic. I hope it shows up more in later games. Choose which is right for a given situation and direct your Pokemon with a little nudge. Heck yeah. Oh, one more thing. If you want to teach your Pokemon some powerful moves, just let me know. Alright, now to go talk to May. I'm supposed to meet her down past the foot of Aspiration Hill. You should come along too. Get ready, then meet us down there, would you? And by ready, I mean double-checking what Pokemon you'll bring, and maybe even teaching them some new moves from Zissou. Aw, yeah. Also, this is technically set in the olden days, the days where women were expected to be... Yeah, I know that, like, I'm putting, modern labor law standards onto the game, but, like, it's more for the joke than actual expectation of labor laws from the modern era to be enforced. Ah, yes, and you wanted a Wurmple, my good sir. Here is one of my 6 Wurmples. Here you go. Congrats on getting my first star. Thank you. You really brought me one. You must be as good as the rumors say. I'd like to name this Wurmple right away. Now, I've been told a Wurmple will evolve into a Pokemon known as Beautifly, so I should give it a name with that in mind. This is a tough decision. Which of these do you like best? Beauticia, Beautifred, or Bugene? Bugene. Heck yeah. Yeah, I like Bugene too. I guess it's decided then. I'll raise Bugene to be a splendiferous Beautifly. Wait and see. That is exactly what is going to happen. You will be 100% successful in your goal of having a Beautifly. That is exactly what it's gonna be. Alright. Let's actually... Now I'm having to readapt to the menu for this game. I had to adapt to the menu for Pokemon Violet, and now I have to do it again in the opposite direction. Let's make a few more of these. Heck yeah, okay. Alright. Off to the wilds to do some jobs. Oh, that's totally fair. Just curious, since I didn't know you like Pokemon, can I ask 3 basic questions? What's my favorite region, Pokemon, and human in Pokemon? My favorite region is probably Unova. Pokemon Black was my first mainline Pokemon game I played. My favorite Pokemon is Gardevoir. Partially because my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Red Rescue Team. And my favorite human in Pokemon? I like Blue. I like his character arc and his angsty situation on... There's one point in Pokemon Gold and Silver. I haven't actually played Heart Gold. I just played the 3DS Pokemon Gold. There's this point in Pokemon Gold where you have to track down Blue at Cinnabar Island, where he's being like super existential over the erupting volcano. And then he just pivots on a dime to, well, if you want to battle me, I'll be in my gym. See you later. And then spins off the screen. And it's the funniest thing to me. But, like, I think he's also cool. But yeah. There's a secret technique to catching Pokemon, you see. It's what I call the secret backstrike technique. Hitting a Pokemon's back with your Pokeball will surprise it, making it easier to catch or giving you an advantage once a battle starts. Don't worry, I already know. If you're part of the Survey Corps now, working to create that Pokedex as they all are, you might end up meeting every last Pokemon here in Hisui. You should know that I'm already looking forward to the day you accomplish that. Never would have guessed any of the... Never would have guessed Black and White or Gardevoir. Blue makes sense, though. He's such a funny dude. Yeah, he's great. The thing is, like, I typically tend to vibe more with protagonist characters. So, Blue being one of my favorite characters in Pokemon is a little, like, surprising even... Blue would be the one that I would be surprised at myself for. Like, he's a cool character, but usually protagonist characters are the ones who are my favorites in games. Not opposed, though. He's cool. I like him. Gonna catch some Starlies. Let's go. Alright. Heck yeah. Still have survivor's guilt over the thing in Cinnabar. Oh, yeah. It's just you go there and it's like, oh, the entire island and everything that was here is gone now. That's unfortunate. I'm going to ignore the fact that the Shinx saw me and just power on. Let's go. Let me through, sir. There are many strong Pokemon that make their home on the other side of the bridge. Can't let you pass unless you're first. Oh, you're rank. You should be fine. Go on then. Don't let your guard down now. Retreat to safety if you find yourself in trouble. Where was I going? Okay, here we are. It's fair. Red is incredibly popular too, but for some reason you do give off the vibe of someone who likes Mr. Smell You Later. Fair enough, I guess. I would not have expected that. I would have not expected to give off the vibe, but like, it's a cool character, so if it works, it works. But yeah, I do also like Red. He's cool. This here is ID. My, a new face in the village. Not that it matters to me if you're new. If you're here, I assume you're prepared to be of help. I am one of the wardens of the Diamond Clan. You may call me May. I suppose you might not even know what a warden is, if you're new to Hisui. But such talk can wait. Right now, I'd rather we get straight to the point. I have a problem that I need help solving, so the more important question is this. Do you feel confident that you can lead your Pokemon in battle? Sure. I don't know if I healed. So we'll see if we can do this. Okay. This is my partner Munchlax. We were raised together like siblings. He battles at my side by choice without needing any silly little balls like you use. Watch and learn. On that note, I think it's really interesting. I got like pretty invested in the Legends Arceus fandom for a while. And I thought it was really interesting how many people seemed to make it so that the clans were similar in that they didn't, to Jubilife, in that they didn't have, like, much, like, they had their Pokemon partners, but, like, they were apparently scared of the Pokemon to some degree as well, and I always found it interesting how that ended up, like, getting, where the idea came from, because they're like, oh yeah, we were raised together, we don't need Pokeballs in order to be besties. It's interesting. Should play Pokemon's, I don't know if I'll play any fan games. It's not that I'm opposed to them, it's just like, I don't know what's there, so it's hard for me to know if it's something I want to stream. Alright, fight. Okay. Let's see. They're about the same, but I'm gonna use Leafage. Do I have a favorite Pokemon series? Do you mean like anime series or game series? Because, I don't really have one in terms of the anime, but Pokemon game series, I will recommend a Mystery Dungeon for all the days. Am I excited for Legends ZA? Oh, absolutely. That's part of why I'm deciding to stream this again. I was hoping for another Legends game with the Pokemon Direct, so I'm very happy. To person in chat, advise, like, asking if they can give me a tip. I'm good. I don't need FNAF tips. I'm not even playing FNAF right now. Depends on what you like. Fan games tend to have some pretty nice stories. True. I would probably watch a playthrough of a fan game before deciding to play it on stream, just to, like, content check it to make sure it's good for the... It's like... Because I do try to keep the channel, like, relatively family-friendly. You really aren't one of the usual Galaxy buffoons if you could defeat my partner. Well thought, Munchlax. I'll take care of the Pokemon that battled for us. And I'll let you have these. You people make all kinds of things with your crafting, don't you? These should prove to be useful materials. Heck yes, I can make revives now. Happiness. I like how we only got one Legends game, assumed it was a series, and then we somehow ended up right. I mean, they gave it the Legends subtitle. Of course it's gonna be a series, you know? You and your Pokemon fought well together. You practically acted as one with them. Really? Rather like the legendary hero of old, the one we tell stories of to our children. You know, I don't think they ever I don't remember if they ever expand on, like, what that is or who that is. I think you're indeed the one for the job. You see, I need someone to deal with an alpha Pokemon causing trouble upon Deer Track Heights. It's a large, fearsome foe, like any alpha. But you'll come, won't you? To Deer Track Heights? Sure thing. I mean, my phone is also telling me to, I guess. Is that strange thingamy of yours telling you where to go? My, that is some curious sort of map. Is that one of the Galaxy Team inventions I keep hearing about? No, this was given to me by, God gave me an iPhone. It certainly does seem to show the way to Deer Track Heights up ahead of us. I'll leave this bit to you. You shouldn't have any problem handling an alpha. It seems you're quite the asset to the Survey Corps, new one. Though, before we continue, I must ask, do you already know about Almighty Sinnoh? It's like, no, I'm good. I've already got a deity I believe in, don't worry. Of course I've heard of it. My, how about that? Though I'm not certain you've been told the true story. The true story is this. Almighty Sinnoh steers all time. It's said to have created the very universe using its power over time's flow, and this land of Hisui was born in the process. It is by the grace of Almighty Sinnoh that Pokemon can live and thrive here. We of the Diamond Clan are descendants of a people who crossed the sea and settled here in the Hisui region to venerate Almighty Sinnoh. However, it stole away from the world long ago, hiding itself from our sight. Almighty Sinnoh has only rarely been seen by any human, if the old tales are to be trusted. Meanwhile, the protagonist standing there like, yeah, few humans have seen it, yep, me, yes. But there are still Pokemon here today in Hisui with a connection to Almighty Sinnoh, and it is the duty of wardens like myself to attend to their needs. The Pokemon that graces Deer Track Heights is one of those honored few. It is directly descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with the Almighty Sinnoh's protection. Follow me and you may understand. Alright. What if the hero of old is the protagonist of Legends ZA? I doubt it given the difference in region. But who knows? That'd be interesting. Let's see. Wait, in Pokemon, the phones are just devices with Rotom in them, and this one works without one. So did Arceus erase the Rotom and replace it with its own power? Well, it didn't look like it was a Rotom phone that I had. It just looked like a normal phone, and like normal phones do also exist. Like Rotom phones are their own like special thing. If I start with black and white, then that means I wasn't there for the huge Steven and Cynthia simping era, so I may actually have a favorite champion that isn't one of them. Who's my favorite champ? That's a good question. I like Nimona. She's fun. I like her. She's cool. Like she's new, but I vibe. Alternatively, Blue is still my favorite character, and he was a champion for a time. So technically speaking, and the Burmese dead. Rotom lives inside normal phone, possessing it like Remnant. So true. Let's get some tumblestones. Whoop. The main theory I saw for the hero of old is that he's Alder. There's a tapestry of a character that looks like Alder. Well, I wouldn't think it would literally be Alder in that case, just like maybe his ancestor or something. If anything, that like might connect somewhat to like a potential Unova game? I don't know. Mind helping the guy out? Okay. You would like 3 cherry berries? I think I only have 1. Okay. I like blue and female Ash. Love the pics. They're so fresh and chaotic. Thank you. See, I don't usually consider myself a particularly chaotic person, but I guess I can be sometimes. Can I Pokeball from here? Yes, perhaps? Heck yeah. Oh yeah, Geodude achieved. And we're going to fight. It could be him if Arceus pulled him into the past like us. Maybe. I don't know if that would happen though. The thing is, I'm not expecting, I'd honestly be kind of surprised if Legend ZA was another case of time travel. Or especially a case of Arceus being involved in the situation. The thing is, like, Legends Arceus has Arceus in the name. So it makes sense that we would, like, have Arceus involvement. So I don't think Arceus is I mean, it's not impossible, but I am hedging my expectations on Arceus being involved with ZA. If that makes sense. And let's catch you. And let's swap to something that's not weak to rock, just in case. Okay. Ooh, okay, I can get the heavy balls soon. Boop. Alright. Let's see if I can, battle. Heck yeah. Okay. The post-game of X and Y felt very underdeveloped. Yeah, there wasn't a ton of it. I will say, like, recently it seems like there's been a lot of focus on having less in the way of post-game and having DLC. And, like, I enjoy the DLC. It's like an entire another game attached to the game. But I would like it if we got, like, more post-game content. I don't know. Legends ZA better show Zygarde nuking people like he did in the anime. Still crazy that the ending included Zygarde just killing the evil team, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's wild. See, Pokemon's fun, and then you realize the implication of, oh yeah, these things can kill you. And they do. Like, it is in their lore. It's a good point about ZA, but I wouldn't be surprised either way. Clearly, Arceus is god of chaos and just doesn't get people and does what it wants with reckless abandon for all involved. I mean, it could have been worse. Like, the only person, like, actively hurt by the situation potentially is the protagonist, and technically we don't know how much permission Arceus actually asked. For all we know, they were totally on board with, like, the general premise of, like, oh, hey, would you mind saving the world? And it was like, oh yeah, sure, that'd be fun. And then it turned out it was this. And they're like, wait. Alright. Frostlass is also a dead human, that being a dead woman who died out in the cold. And Ghastly are literally any Pokemon who have died, so the whole Gengar line is a reincarnation cycle. Yeah, basically. Oh, so even your professor decided to join us. Hello, sir. You good? Whew, thank goodness I got here in time. As a Pokemon researcher, I could hardly miss out on a chance to observe an alpha now, could I? I suppose that is your business. Fine, as long as you stay out of the way. This is Deer Track Heights. This is where I've long come to pay tribute to a special Pokemon. A Pokemon descended from one of those ancient blessed by Almighty Sinnoh. That's not it. Arceus was the most fun I've had playing Pokemon, and now we're getting another one. I'm so hyped. Oh yeah, same. That's only a troublemaker, here to disturb the peace with its racket. And that's what you're here for, ID, to drive that interloper from this place. I'll ensure your Pokemon are ready for battle. Thank you. I really wonder what they'll do with Xerneas and Yveltal. Well, if they even do anything with them. I'd be surprised if they didn't, given, like, Pokedex stuff. Because, like, the whole Pokemon tagline is gotta catch 'em all, you know? They're not only big, though. They're strong and may know moves that others of their kind do not. They're not to be trifled with, let me tell you. Nevertheless, I believe you are stronger still than this alpha. So go show it that, beyond any mistaking. Be careful, ID. Size is a potent weapon in and of itself. No doubt this alpha is powerful and a hardy foe. If you must face it, make sure your Pokemon have some strong moves at their disposal. Alright. Let us save. That is the wrong button. Alright. Okay. And let's go lead here. Catch the Kricketune and name it Music Man. Excellent idea. I'm going to do that if I can. I'm coughing a lot. Am I okay? I have had a cough for about a month, and it has not gone away. So I've just decided that I guess I'm suffering. Alright. Alpha Kricketune is filled with wild might. Ah! Well, there goes Gregory. I should have led with something else. I guess we can do this. Shinx. If I can, okay, if I agile style this. I don't remember if we can catch this Kricketune apart. I think I can catch it. Yeah, I can catch it. Let's see. How much damage does that do? Now let's Thunder Shock. Ooh, paralyzed, heck yeah. Well, that's not gonna kill me. Okay, so it's, might as well just stick to this. Just Thunder Shock this thing. Heck yeah. Ah, man. Okay, one more Thunder Shock. Hope it paralyzes again. If not, I'll just start chucking Pokeballs. Okay. Kricketune is such a gentleman, using False Swipe while literally fighting for his life. Yeah, I know, right? It didn't use it that time, though, which is a bit unfortunate. Alright, let's swap to Starly. First boss fight. Let's see if we can get it. Oh? Dang. Oh, Starly lived! Alright, we're good. Time to chuck another Pokeball. Let's go. What's my favorite starter? I am very partial to Oshawott, as it was the first one I ever chose. There goes Starly. Ripperoni. Let's see. Bidoof, I guess. I remember thinking, it's a Kricketune, how's this gonna be hard fighting this thing? And then it landed an aerial ace on my Rowlet and I was no longer silly and goofy. Yeah, that seems to be what's going on here. Like, well. Fun times. I might just have to kill it. I hope it. Okay, what we're gonna do? I'm going to fight, and okay. This is super effective though. Do I have anything that I think might not kill it? I'll probably kill it though. Okay, I guess we're just chucking balls. Let's see. Okay. Nice, nice. I'll live. It'll be fine. Well, I might not live, but I might, like... I'll emotionally cope. Make sure I drink lots, want me to be well. Thank you. Yeah, I have water with me. I've been, like, trying to drink it when I'm not talking. Alright, I think I'll try one more Pokeball, and then I'll attack it or something. Go chipper number whatever the heck. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, yeah, no, this isn't gonna work. It was worth a shot. Attempt was made. One more beaver left. Let's see if it can take on the Kricketune. By yeah, we're gonna strong style this thing. There it goes. Die? Okay. We're good. And it is deceased. See, I didn't have, like, yeah, I didn't think it was, like, if I didn't kill it then, I was just going to die. So, you really are an impressive one, aren't you? Seeing someone best in Alpha like that, it truly reminds me of the legendary hero of old. We'd best make sure your Pokemon are taken care of after facing off against such a foe. The cries from the up direction. There it is. It's the Great Weird Ear. And it is staring into my soul. He looks upon you with kindness, ID. He looks kind of angry, to be completely honest. Gonna have a staring contest with this deer. Oh, there he goes. I win the staring contest, let's go. I'd say the Great Weird Ear has taken a liking to you. That is fortunate. He is an esteemed Pokemon that can dash across the expanses of Hisui while bearing a Pokemon on his back. A human he deems worthy, at least. He's a blessing to us all. Remarkable, truly outstanding stuff. A Pokemon letting someone ride on it? Why, it's just like the ride Pokemon of Alola. Professor, I take it things went smoothly? I'm here on Captain Silene's orders. She said we'd be able to set up a base camp here once ID took care of her request. About that. I know this was a joint decision by Adaman and the commander, but still, is it truly fine for us to set up more base camps like this? The Hisui region is a land created by Almighty Sinnoh for the sake of its Pokemon. As long as your goal is to coexist and thrive together with the Pokemon, then I imagine you should also be allowed to use this land. The Great Weird Ear has taken a liking to ID as well. This is a good sign. You have my thanks for what you did today. Our clan leader will hear how you aided us. I'll come to show my appreciation with a proper reward as soon as I can. Naya good, that's its resting face as resting anger face. Fair enough. I love all the Bip on the team. Makes me want to listen to the Project Voltage song for them again. The Bidoofs, I'm assuming. Well, for it to coexist and thrive with Pokemon, we'll need to know them better. And the first step toward that is completing the Pokédex. The construction core should be here soon. They'll have our new base camp pitched in no time. The mounts are so good in this game. Oh yeah, they're awesome. And now we have a new camp. Here we have it, our new base camp upon Deer Track Heights. I'll call it the Heights Camp. Pretty straightforward name. From now on, when you set out from the village, you can ask to be escorted to this base camp to start your excursions directly from here. Having more base camps ought to make our survey work easier, huh? Definitely. Teleportation, my beloved. Well, that's that. How about we head to the wallflower like usual? I have cut a small number, but it is a number nonetheless. I wish other games learned from Let's Go with mounts, though. Writing your own mon is so cool. Oh yeah, that was all. Like, I had a Charmander. Well, I didn't pick Charmer. I had a Charizard I kept on the team because I liked it. And I was very, very happy to see that I could fly on it. It was awesome. Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi, please, and make it for 3 today as well. Does Benny only make potato mochi? Like, no shame if this is just his best dish, but like, is it the only one? Can he make anything else? Have you all heard the grave news? That frenzied cleaver from the rumors. It ended up mauling some of our galaxy folks who went out to investigate it this morning. The medical corps has a hard time getting all the injured back on their feet. This is the cleaver that was reportedly struck by powerful lightning, yes? I did hear he's been behaving most erratically since then. Still, if further investigation is in order, the Survey Corps will, of course, step up to the task. A certain amount of danger is inevitable when researching unfamiliar Pokemon, but I'm sure ID here can handle things just fine. Throwing me under the bus, are ya, huh? But that cleaver is said to be much, much stronger than even an alpha Pokemon, isn't he? And he has giant axes for arms! Now, you forget that the strengths of Pokemon are key items of information that we of the Survey Corps are duty-bound to research. And since this perilous work of ours calls for a clear head and fighting fit physique, I do believe a good night's sleep is in order after this fine meal. I think the professor just really likes the potato mochi and never bothers to ask about your order. Yeah, that's fair. Can I play Zelda Tears of the Kingdom this week or next week? I might. I don't know. It is a possibility that I could. I do have the game, so. You get the menu and it's just potato mochi like 12 times. Yes! I think that would be really funny. The boss wants you. Wait, isn't mochi like a rice thing? So this is just potatoes and mashed rice? Well, I mean, I think that would be like the outside. And then the inside can have other things. Like, I've had ice cream mochi and other kinds of mochi. I don't know. That guy has grass dash. Yeah. Have I played Celeste? No, but I like the soundtrack a lot. Did you get a good rest? Debatable. Stayed up till 4 a.m. Look who's being punctual. Finally realized you're wasting Almighty Sinnoh's precious time by bowing to a sham? Gotta love him. There you go again, insisting on your false image of the Almighty Sinnoh as ruler of time. My people follow the true Almighty Sinnoh, the font of all creation and ruler of space. Ha! You could have all the space there is and still not know what to do with it. Adamant is roasting her so hard. Excuse me, are you really suggesting that you make better use of your time than we make use of Vastasui's space? Irida, that is not a comeback. Better than some. It's a miracle you showed up on time, oh mighty leader of the Pearl Clan. I worried you'd get lost in the pointlessly vast space you're so fond of and never show up. Me, get lost in Almighty Sinnoh's great gift to the Pearl Clan and our world's very basis? You wish. Adamant is absolutely winning this roast battle. I wish that I hadn't let myself get dragged into arguing with you. Almighty Sinnoh, forgive me. What a waste of time. I'm off to Commander Kamado's office. I believe it was you who started this. I love them so much. They're great. Just another day with those two, I see. The professor really seems to enjoy talking for you without actually asking what you want to do for this game and somehow being right. I bet $10 he's a secret psychic type. I would not be opposed to Professor Laventon secretly being psychic. That would be awesome. That man's name is Adamant. He's the leader of the Diamond Clan. They put a lot of importance on time, as you could probably tell. And the girl is Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. They're all about space. You heard what she called it, right? Our world's very basis. You ever wonder how Arceus felt watching the Diamond and Pearl clans? The real reason he sent the protagonists to the past, to clear up the whole Sinnoh debate. Whenever they run into each other, those same arguments flare up. Seems like they've inherited some bad blood from their predecessor's strife. Ah, well, not our problem. But you'll have problems if you don't get yourself to the commander's office, ID. Hello, idsfantasy. To be honest, you're probably one of my favorite FNAF YouTubers. Thank you. I appreciate it. Arceus, Adaman, and Irida truly are great additions to this franchise. I'm so happy they got added to Masters EX. Oh yeah, it is. I'm very... I have Masters. I haven't done the Irida and Adaman stuff yet, but I want to because they are very cool and I like them a lot. Alright, let's see the job board. Bothersome Bidoof. Ah, the Bidoof. No. I'm not doing that one. Bro really just said, not my problem. Yeah. He's like, well, they can fight each other to the death if they want. It's not my job to care. Adaman's 100% the type of guy to argue for the sake of arguing and act like he doesn't love every second of it after. Oh yeah, definitely. Am I on the right floor? Did I go up too many floors? I did not. I'm not on the right floor. It's up another floor. Okay. I'm gonna talk to her, though. Oh, splendid. You came along at a good time. I'm looking for a pickling stone, you see? Would you mind lending me a hand? It needs to be the right size to fit atop one of my pickle pots and heavy enough to put a nice, firm pressure on the pickles, but I suppose it'll be hard for me to lift such a heavy thing from the pot. The best thing would be for the stone for the stone to lift itself up, actually. I mean, I have a Geodude. Would you like one? I can give you one. I think I have like 3. Where'd you go? I can't give it to you if you're gone. Okay, guess you're not getting it. All right. What do you intend to do about that cleaver? Commander Kamado? He may be descended from a warrior of Almighty Sinnoh, but look at the mess he's causing. We can't sit back and let him rage on. You do get right to the point, Adaman. Time wasted is lost. This is a true statement. Well, tell me, what would you have us do? Cleaver is a precious lord of the Pearl clan, is he not? That's the point. My clan can't intervene directly where a lord of the Pearl clans is concerned. If my people were to do something, our 2 clans might end up back at each other's throats. Just like we used to be. But even the folk of the Galaxy team have been wounded, haven't they? Seems someone's got to do something here. Who then? Would the Diamond Clan have the Pearl Clan bring down one of its own honored nobles? I don't believe I said that. Thought it maybe. You might as well have said it, you fool. Look, we don't even know what drove Lord Cleavor into such a violent frenzy. I'd like to know that myself. This is a first as far as my clan knows, too. I see you have arrived. And I'm just standing there staring at the argument. This is ID, the newest member of our survey corps. Aha, I hear from May you earned Weirdeer's favor. Good to finally meet you, stranger from the Rift. I'm Adaman, leader of the Diamond Clan, if you want to be formal. But that's a mouthful, just call me Adaman. If you came from beyond the space-time rift, could you be from the same space where Almighty Sinnoh is said to reside? Met him. I remember trying to find the guy for quests to unlock more stuff for the shop in here, and just getting lost in the floors because I didn't realize there was a basement. You know, thank you for the reminder, I forgot there was a basement. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't think you'd play Masters. Most people don't know what it is, sadly. But yeah, both of them are surprisingly good pairs. Adaman and Leafeon are stronger attackers, though. Good to know. Yeah, with Pokemon Masters, what I think is really cool about it is, like, I get more character. I get to understand the characters better, more characterization. It makes, like, it's cool. I like it. I'm Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. Caution and foresight are my watchwords, which is why I have trouble believing such a tale. Could he really have passed through that rift? I got yeeted. I have a proposition. Why not send this one to study Cleavor before deciding what must be done? You'd send this stranger, who supposedly fell from the rift, to study Cleavor? This newcomer with no experience? Says the leader with almost no experience. Adaman is on fire today with the roast. Being a good leader isn't a matter of time. It's a matter of embracing Hisui's vastness without fear. Well then, there you have it. If how new you are doesn't matter, then let's give the kid her chance. I'm sold, Commander. Let's try this your way. This should be fun. I'll get to see how good you galaxy folk really are with all your weird ways, putting Pokemon in those strange balls and what have you. That whole practice bothers me. Almighty Sinnoh made Hisui vast so Pokemon could live freely throughout. We were meant to stand alongside Pokemon, not count ourselves above them. We do not use Pokeballs from a desire to control our Pokemon, only so that we can live together. Allow us to show you what we can do. This is your mission now, ID. I order you to study Kleavor and help us find the truth of this situation. I accept. Remember that you are a stranger who appeared one day out of the very sky above us. People are naturally suspicious of your presence here. So you've told me. You don't have to lean so hard into it. If you wish to be fully accepted and trusted, you must work hard. Work yourself to the very bone. Now see, Hisui might not have child labor laws, but this still feels not great. Kamado trying to send you to the wolves. Yeah. Well, that's settled, and there's no time like the present. The Lord of the Woods, Kleavor, is descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with Almighty Sinnoh's own power. No other Pokemon you've yet encountered can compare to his strength. Be warned. Listen to me. The Galaxy Expedition team has come to the Hisui region as a group of outsiders. Some might even call us interlopers. We mustn't do anything that threatens our relations with the Diamond and Pearl clans, understand? Silene menacingly standing behind. Join me downstairs, ID. We'll cover the details of this new mission. Maybe Kamado just assumes we're a very young-looking adult. Well, Silene assumed we were 15. So, I get the feeling that, like, Kamado would be in on that, you know? But who knows? I do think he gets a lot less credit than he should. He is trying to do his best. Ah, good. You're already here. Professor Laventon, the briefing, if you please. Yes, let's get right to it. So, ID, I understand you've been requested to find out the cause of Kleavor's frenzied state. But as you're aware by now, Kleavor is a mighty thing, nigh invincible even. The security corps tried throwing Pokeballs at Kleavor when they attacked, but I'm afraid they didn't even come close to catching him. It seems he's a far trickier opponent than even those aggressive Pokemon species of Pokemon that cannot be caught outside of battle once they're riled. I'd like to be perfectly clear on this point. This mission will put you in extreme danger. Do you believe you can handle it? See, Silene is nice. She actually asks if I think I'm up for the task. Do you think that Pokemon could benefit from voice acting or not? Yeah, I think voice acting would be nice, especially with how, like, Pokemon Violet seems to... It has these cutscenes of the characters making their mouths move, but doesn't actually have noise. The Diamond and Pearl clans revere their nobles because they believe these Pokemon serve their almighty Sinnoh. They leave offerings to express their gratitude to these Pokemon in locations they call the noble seats. So perhaps a good starting point for our research could be to find out what sorts of offerings they normally leave for this Kleavor. ID, we need to speak with you. Listen, that rift in space-time seems like it connects this world to a whole other world. That world might be where Almighty Sinnoh itself resides. The true Almighty Sinnoh, that is. The one that rules over time. So if you fell through the space-time rift, that might mean you traveled through time by Almighty Sinnoh's own power. Think of it. You must have just been swimming in its divine might. I mean, that's accurate, but it wasn't the one you were specifically thinking of. Well, I've got a favor to ask of you, oh amazing time traveler. Don't just study Kleavor, quell his frenzy. Well, you've certainly caught us at a good time, young Adaman. We were just discussing our next steps with regard to this whole Kleavor situation. Oh, you must be that Galaxy Team scholar I've heard about. Good to meet you, Mr. Professor. Share some of that knowledge with me sometime. Now let me elaborate a little. Those Pearl Clan types have a lot of respect for Kleavor. You hear his title, Lord of the Woods. I'm sure they'd rather get this under control too, but it's hard for them to come right out and ask those of the Galaxy Team of all people for help. And the truth is, we in the Diamond Clan have a similar problem on our hands. a Pokemon dear to us, off in the mountains, has flown off into the same type of frenzy as Cleavor. Now, there's certainly bad blood between us and the Pearl clan, but still, we've all got to share Hisui, and that means we ought to tackle our problems together. But there aren't many capable of standing up to such a powerful Pokemon. You are the best hope we've got. You'll find Cleavor at the Grand Tree Arena. That's in the very heart of the Heartwood. His warden is a boy named Leon. Leon is a brilliant child, but also a bit, well, sometimes brilliance can be blinding, you know? He'll tell you all about his beloved Cleavor, whether you wish him to or not. Anyway, I'm sure you're up for the challenge, so we'll be counting on you. See you later! And off they go. Is there a platform where I could send you fan art? I mean, if you have, like... If you have Twitter, I also have Instagram, I also have Tumblr, I also have a Guilded server linked in the description if you just want to, like, @ me there. Any of that works. Wow. Among Us boiler? Yeah, it kind of does look like Among Us. Wow. He just said his piece and then vanished. He must just value his time that much, I guess. Adamant and May weren't wrong, you know? If you're to study and perhaps even quell Cleavor, you best start by visiting his abode. Now that we've got the Heights camp, it should come in handy for getting to Grand Tree Arena. And don't forget to visit the pastures. Choosing your Pokemon teams carefully makes a difference. Alright. Well, with that, I am out of water, and I have class in 40 minutes that I'm going to have to leave for at some point, and I have only eaten 1 meal today. So, I think I'm going to end off stream here, and potentially stream more of this at some other time, though I don't know exactly when. But yeah. Thank you to everyone who came in to stream today. I appreciate it. Hope you all have a nice rest of the day. Yeah. And of course, reminder, if you, check out the plushie, if you haven't already, or if you, I don't know if you would, like, if you would want a second one. I'm not opposed to you buying a second one. But, yeah, if that reaches 400, I will play Security Breach on stream. So, hope you all have a nice day. Don't get stabbed. All that good stuff. Bye!